It always reminded me of the zoo or the circus. Barnum's, what was it? Barnum's and Bailey's, or Barnum's or something, and Bailey Circus, Barnum and Bailey Circus. And I loved going to the circus to see the animals, but I will have to tell the tale of going to the circus. And I was much younger, and I was with my parents, and they thought it would be such a good idea to take me to the circus. What is this? It might be an elephant. But they thought it would be such a good idea to take me to the circus. And the clowns, I loved the elephants. Like, give me some peanuts. I wanted to feed the elephants. I loved it. But then Guardians, the clowns came out. Oh my gosh. Hello, Bobby. The clowns came out, and Nikki, I was terrified. Now, I was young. I grew up in a little isolated community, born in the backwoods. And, well, maybe, who knows? Born in the backwoods, raised in a cave, and they took me to the circus. We were spending the summer. I don't even know where we were at. Anyway, we were spending the summer somewhere. My mother and father thought it would be great to go spend the summer. I don't know where we were at. Anyway, we went to the circus. And I was just having a blast. Cotton candy, peanuts for the elephants, you name it, looking at the lions, everything else. And that was my favorite part, because I'm a friend of the animals. But the clowns came out, and one of the clowns zoomed in on me, because we were kind of in the front, and the clowns saw me, and all the clowns came over, and I was horrified. That was a monster come to life. I screamed bloody murder, top of my lungs. I was probably 5 years old. I screamed and kicked and pulled and tried to get away. I wanted to run for the hills. Take me back to the mountains, because the clowns were coming. And in my mind, it was like those clowns from, the clown attacks from outer space, something like that. But my parents had to take me out. I was traumatized, totally traumatized. To the point that I still remember, all these years later, being traumatized at the approach of the clowns. And I never wanted to go back to another circus. I never wanted to see another clown. And then, of course, years later, back in the 80s, the original Poltergeist came out. And, there was a clown doll. That little doll in Poltergeist, I was scared. Very scared. That's a true story, Guardians. And until to this day, I have never wanted to see another clown again. Why are people fascinated with clowns? They always play the murderer. And yes, Nikki, John Wayne Gacy, what state was he from? Was he a clown when I was at the circus? I don't know. I'd have to look up and see what state he was from.